Hello and welcome. I'm Peter, the host of this channel, and on this channel I share my experience as an independent explorer in the world of the occult. Also, I truly believe that you didn't find me by accident and that what I have to say will help you thrive on your spiritual journey. In today's video, I will visit the topic of evil. What is evil? Does evil exist outside the human psyche? Are there evil or malevolent spirits out there? Could such spirits harm you in any way? Is this world inherently evil, or is this teaching there just to keep you under control? Today I'm going to share my findings to answer these questions. Oh, and in the very end, I'll drop an extra info that I recently learned in one of my most recent channeling sessions. So stay tuned. But first, according to Britannica, as a noun, evil is the force of things that are morally bad, or something that is harmful or bad, usually plural. Well, I'll put it out there plain and simple. I don't believe in the objective existence of evil. Harmful and bad things happen in nature every day, but it is nothing personal. I don't believe that there is a causer of all harms out there, somewhere, lurking, waiting. What I mean by that is that I believe that without humans there is no concept of evil. But for us, humans, evil can seem pretty real at times. However, I think that in nature, evil is not an element to be reckoned with. It is merely a construct in the human psyche, powered primarily by fear, making evil to become a real thing in almost everyone's lives in the end. And believe it or not, this kind of thinking makes life much easier in a certain way, but it's a trap. Because now you can think in terms of good and evil. This eternal duality that is set to inhibit the universe from planet Earth out to the farthest star. But I disagree. See, almost everyone in the Western society is thinking with a black and white filter on their eyes. It is the simplest form of thinking about this world. It is very common to take the universal binary way and think in terms of black and white, yin and yang, good and evil. But this world is not black and white or good and evil. Sure, there are opposites, but you cannot find evil in nature. It is only a human construct, and hence only the uninitiated thinks in terms of good and evil, but the truly enlightened mind can see through that. See, Masonic lodges have this checkered board floor entrance. This is where the initiation starts. And this kind of floor has multiple layers of meaning to it. One of them is seeing the world as black and white, walking the path of good and bad decisions, but that is what you transcend through the initiation and where your real journey starts. Or for example, I mentioned in my previous videos that the spirit of nature and space are sensibly far beyond the realm of good and evil. Well, I think that is because these are real powerful spirits. They have an impact on this world and its happenings. And because they are the spirits of two very real things. Now, about evil spirits. I personally have never felt the presence of any kind of evil during my rituals and meditation sessions. Yes, there were tricksters like the demonic spirits I talked about in my video on real-life demonic possession. You can check it out here. And there was maybe another time when I met a trickster-like, quote, bad spirit during a Ouija board session many years ago. Me and a friend have decided to set up a Ouija board session with unknown spirits, just out of curiosity. It was only the two of us in that room, but the glass started moving almost instantly on the board. We asked it questions like if he was dead, or was he alive, ever. It gave no and no as an answer to these questions. So we knew right away that this will be a demonic or angelic entity based on our knowledge back then. Then after a while, when we said goodbye to the spirit, the glass started moving in a circular motion across the table, and neither of us understood what was going on. This lasted for a couple of minutes, and then it finally arrived at goodbye on the board. We got spooked, I'm not gonna lie. This whole Ouija board thing wouldn't have been possible without the mind, as the spirit, after death, lives on in the mind and acts both behind and in front of your eyes, which means that the spirit comes into your unconscious mind from the realm of spirits and uses your hands, resting on the glass, to find a way to communicate with you. Or in other words, you subconsciously communicate with yourself as the mind through the letters and numbers on the Ouija board. So as you can see, I've seen things that were scary, but in a good, thrilling way. But then is there a separate niche for evil inside the mind? I think initially no, but then I think yes, as it comes with fear. And fear is a level of vibration, a rather low vibration if you ask me. So in a certain state, it is evil whose face we will associate with our problems and pains. It is the fear of these problems and pains that creates evil, and evil will make our lives miserable. And paradoxically, evil is there to create fear, for fear created evil, and then vice versa. It is very simple to think in terms of good and evil from a human point of view, but it can paralyze you. Because you can always think that some evil element in the system is not letting you go or prosper, which then once again makes your life miserable. You will always think and believe that some evil entity of any sort is the cause of your sufferings. After all, if you're suffering, then there must be a reason for that suffering, someone or something that is causing it. But what if you learn that it is not the demon, but you? It is you who's causing bad things to yourself on a deeply subconscious level. Does it make you evil? No, right? Then ask yourself this. Do you despise yourself for something? Yes, maybe deep down I despise myself for something I've done. Either way, it's going to show itself as evil, hence the harm you can feel. This is common in almost all people. But speaking of people, people do a lot of evil shit in this world. In my opinion, there are no evil people out there, only very, very, very hurt people. And hurt people hurt people. I would not call the catalyst of their actions evil, but sadness and pain. Did evil cause their pain? No, only once again, hurt people and unfortunate events. Nothing personal. But then what about the spirits of the evil dead? Well, then you have a new situation. If you say that you can feel the presence of an evil spirit, you can use the technique I show in this video over here to get rid of it. It may take some time and inner work too, but eventually all spirits can be banned from your life. Okay, let us stay with spirits now. Spirits can harm you indirectly, I believe. It could be the case that in your state of fear you have created a type of demon or a vibration field that is there to stop you from thriving along your path. If that is the case, please refer to the techniques in this video. This world is more complex than to be simply labeled as good or bad. All events are subjective to each one of us. So seek out your fears, get to know yourself, and bring unconscious thoughts and fears into the conscious so you can deal with them. Consider this as part of your spiritual journey. It is inner work at its best. You can check out my video on inner work right here. So with that, let me give you that bonus info. This doesn't have anything to do with evil, I just thought it might be worth sharing. During one of my meditation sessions, it came to me that human is primarily a material in the universe. Now, of course, humans consist of a lot of layers from the body, soul, down to memories and more, but on a certain level, in a certain meaning, human is a very flexible, moldable material that can be formed by as little as words, images, and vibrations. I thought this was important because this material nature of our minds forces us to constantly change as we walk through life. And this ever-molding and changing state we're all in gives us our living hell experience in an everyday life. Because change hurts. But hey, that's what we're good at. That's why with time we can adapt to even the harshest changes. Just look what we have created with it. It's all around you. Anyway, the fun part of this is that if I recall correctly, the Bible referred to humans as a moldable material like clay. Or was it the Quran? I'm not sure anymore. So that is it for today. If you have any questions or you need clarification on something that I said, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll make a separate video on the subject. Otherwise, thank you for joining in. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. I love you.